Hey everyone, it's me, the Clayman Films, here with a PSA video. And yeah, I know, you aren't really expecting this, nor do you probably care about this, but I'm gonna give it a whirl anyway. Some of you are probably wondering why I uploaded in March of 2020 instead of like January or February at least. Well, there's been a lot of well, I'll just say that I've had some family problems recently. Like, big family problems. And this stems back to the end of 2019. So, okay, so I'm gonna tell this from the beginning. So, here we go. So, it was December of 2019. I recently got off of school for winter break. And, well, I went out for a walk. I was listening to my music, having a great time, took a shower. Then my dad told me, hey, come downstairs. Your mom and I need to talk to you. I was like, okay. So must be about my brother going to college. Because, my brother moved out. So I'm down here by myself. That's why there's not that much noise down here when I'm recording. But it was actually worse than that. He brought me downstairs to tell me that he was going to divorce my mom. That didn't sit well with me, and it didn't sit well with me for quite a long time. Some of my friends on Discord know about this. My closest online friends actually, Cake and Eat, they know about it. My brother knows about it, and it's been hell. Yeah, so I guess that could account. I don't know what my dad was thinking, to be honest. I think it's either A, because of my grandpa passing away, because my grandpa was like a very big help to my dad. My grandfather was literally everything to my dad. And last time I saw my grandpa, he was in a bed with swollen cheeks. He was only a former shell of what had happened to him because of the lymphoma that had been killing him. And then on July 28th, he passed away of last year. And ever since then, my dad has never been the same, really. It's either that or he's going through a midlife crisis. Because, there's just been a lot of family issues going around. And as of recently, my dad has decided, hey, maybe I don't want a divorce, maybe I want a legal separation instead, because, that would be better. Because he told me in a conversation that maybe a divorce wouldn't be such a good thing. Which I'm glad he came to that conclusion by himself, and I didn't have to tell him that myself. Not only that, but also my grandmother. She's not the same anymore. She's a psycho. She is. I think the word to describe it is completely out of touch of this world. Yes, she's a boomer, but she didn't act like a boomer up until now. For what reason, I don't know. But yeah, now she's threatening my dad, which I don't really appreciate. Which basically tells me, yeah, I'm not gonna hang out with this old hag anymore. I hate saying that about her, but she's acting like it, so be it. That's what she's gonna be now. Yeah, so that's why I haven't uploaded for like 2 months now. Ever since the end of 2019, things have been rough. The best of 2019 was just encompassed some of my best moments that I've had on the internet. And yeah, that's kind of And also, this is part of the reason why Clear World the movie, I haven't shot another scene yet, because of this whole family drama that's been flying around, and I don't like it. I want to get to filming Clay World the movie, but then again, I guess all of you would understand that family always comes first before YouTube and before the internet. So, yeah. I guess I just hope that it stays as a legal separation between my dad and my mom, because if he divorces her, that's it. There's no going back. I mean, sure, people will say he can get back together with her, but my mom wouldn't trust him ever again. It would never be the same, literally. And it wouldn't be the same for me if he started dating another woman, because I wouldn't accept her as my stepmom, because my ma is my ma. You can't replace her. That's that. And lots of people would agree with me, or at least there would be some exceptions, obviously, but still, your mother is your mother. You can't replace her with another woman unless your biological mother has done something horrible, to which my mom hasn't. So, man, I'm about to have a midlife crisis myself with all the shit that has been going down over the last year and a half. 'Cause, last year, the reason why there were so few videos in between months or weeks was because, firstly, my cat died, which wasn't that big of a deal, obviously, but then my aunt died. And then my grandpa died a month later, and then my dog died near the end of Thanksgiving and in the beginning of Christmas. So, the last year, I think that really all took a toll on my dad, because he lost two very, very lovable people from his side of the family, and I'm trying to sympathize with them, but a divorce isn't. You can't divorce someone because you don't like them anymore, or you don't have the same feelings for them. Not only that, but also if you don't have those same feelings for your significant other, if you're a wife or boyfriend or husband or whatever, you gotta tell the other person, hey, I don't know. You just gotta say it in your own words how you feel about them. You can't bottle it up, because this is what happens. Because if you bottle stuff up, then you make a decision. I'm just gonna divorce my wife. It'll be no big deal. But sure, it may be no big deal if you don't have a kid. But if you have a son or daughter, or two, or three, or four, or like 26, I don't know. If you have children, they're gonna be literally just smack dab in the middle of it. And I feel kind of helpless and I felt helpless to stop the divorce. I mean, I tried convincing my dad, hey, a divorce isn't the way to go, but my mom tried to not divorce him, but she tried to convince him. And I don't know. But here's the thing. Now for all of you who are about to comment, oh, your dad's an asshole. Here's the thing. Number one, he didn't act like this before. He didn't act like this before 2019. And then actually, he didn't act like this even before 2018. It only came up when suddenly my grandpa's lymphoma came back from remission, except this time with the vengeance of the Japanese from World War II. And you know how cancer is. You might beat it this one time, but it's gonna come back, and it's gonna come back worse than it did the first time. or even worse than the second if you survive the second attempt, or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th. It goes on forever. You can't. My grandpa had been battling this for at least for like almost 2 decades. He'd been battling this for 18 years, or had, I guess, because he's no longer around. But I think you get my point. As soon as my grandpa had been put into lymphoma, or had been put into care because of his lymphoma coming back, I kind of had the sinking feeling that he wasn't going to be around for much longer. They said, some of you may remember the I Will Return video on my channel from 2018. I was scared that my grandpa was going to die within a couple of weeks. So that's why I made that video, and that's why I went on a month hiatus, because I was scared that my grandpa was about to, like, completely get clobbered by lymphoma, and that was that. But no, apparently not. We had Thanksgiving dinner that year. We had Christmas dinner that year. It was amazing. But last year he didn't. The lymphoma got worse, and then, yeah, in the summer, they said he doesn't have much time left. And then that was that. And then my grandpa surrendered, I guess. And I guess that put my dad over the edge, because he doesn't have schizophrenia, but why did this have to, I hate that this has to happen to me, and let alone everyone else who lives in the world. Some people may have it just as bad as I am, or some people may even have it worse. And for those of you who have it worse, please go and just, I don't know if I have any good advice for someone who has it worse, but I guess I don't know. I just don't know. Sorry to dump this all on all of you, but it's just been eating at me for the past 2 months, and for me to just do a 2-month hiatus without any notice, and for you guys to not get an explanation, kind of like the whole Kindeed situation, that would be unfair to you. That would be unfair to you as the viewer to not get an explanation as to why their creator that they subscribe to for content has just suddenly just stopped for no reason, and then randomly picked it back up and started going again. It would be unfair to you guys, and I think you guys deserve a little bit more respect than that. So here's my explanation, I guess. And I don't have this on a script either. This is coming completely from my mind. But yeah. So, yeah, I do plan on... So for those of you inquiring, Clay World the movie is going to be resuming progress when spring break rolls around. I'm going to clean my desk. I'm going to get the I'm gonna get the scenes going again. I'm gonna start doing stop motion. I'm gonna set myself a timer. It's gonna be for not an hour, but for 3 hours. I have to dedicate myself to 3 hours worth of stop motion, or maybe even 90 minutes. But I am going to get that movie done. It may not be this year, but it may be the next one. Because I do want to get all the filming done by the end of this summer. And, yeah. And maybe if it's good enough, 2021 will be the release year. But I don't know. 2021 may get a bit busy with me graduating that year. So yeah, I hope that this is a good enough explanation for all of you who were wondering, and if it isn't, I'm sorry. I guess that's just how it is.